Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. I'm your host, Connor Overbay. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you guys give us a follow on all of our social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod on everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. You guys know where to find us now. We've been doing this for a couple years now, so you guys can check us out on there for some behind-the-scenes stuff, little clips. You guys know what we're putting out nowadays. Also, make sure you guys go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Finally started the YouTube channel this past year. It's growing. We appreciate everybody checking us out, subscribing, leaving us comments and everything, but make sure you guys press that subscribe button. It makes it easier for us, helps us get awesome guests like we have today. It's going to be Who Are You podcast. You guys will be able to find us on there. But today, we're sitting down with a very, very special guest. I mean, I don't even know how to even say who I'm sitting down with, man. You're on everything. I see you on everything from TikTok, Instagram, all your interviews. But today, I'm sitting down with Mr. DJ HI RIHANNA. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
No, I appreciate you guys having me. Come on,
bro. Every time I see you, it's hype. I love to see it.
Come on. Now you got to bring the energy every time.
Yes, sir. But before we get too far into the interview, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, your YouTube channel, your podcast, all that good stuff, man.
Yes, sir. DJ HI RIHANNA, the one and only. You can follow me on everything. DJ HI RIHANNA or Kreepin Through the Streetsz.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I don't even need to say who you are. I'm sure everybody will click in and be like, oh, I already know who this is, man. Yeah. But shout out for sitting down with me today, man. I became aware of you. I was telling you before the podcast. I saw you on Nick Usher's podcast. Shout out to OG Sessions.
OG.
Yes, sir. With Nick Usher and Joey Allen and everything. And it's awesome, dude. And like to see your growth. I've been aware of you for a couple years now, and to see from the start to continue the growth, man. You've been going up, man.
No,
it's awesome to see
it. For real.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get into learn a little bit of your backstory, learn a little bit of your background, and then we'll obviously get through Kreepin Through the Streetsz, all that kind of good stuff.
Yes, sir.
So first thing I want to know about you is, where are you originally from?
Toronto, Canada.
That's what I read. I was like, how's someone go from Canada to Jacksonville of all places, man?
So basically, my dad got a job out here, and then he really just moved all of us from Canada out here. But my dad's from Jamaica, and then my mom's from Barbados.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so we're like all over, up, down, and then all the way down, back again. So
that's fine, man. If you don't mind me asking, what's your dad do?
He's into technology. He works at CSX.
Oh, for real? My mom works for CSX.
Okay, look.
Hey.
We're gonna go to one of the luncheons, and we're gonna be like, oh,
yep. I'm like, I know you. Yeah, my family's all from. My mom's from a small town called Bedford, Pennsylvania, not too far away from Pittsburgh, and my dad he's kind of from all over the place, but I always say like Jersey, Philadelphia area, and that's why they moved down here. Is my grandfather was worked on the railroad, was a train conductor kind of thing, and then got my mom a job straight out of college and moved down here to work at CSX.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's wild, bro.
We linked in.
Yes, sir. But that's awesome. What about your mom? What's your mom do?
She's actually a preschool teacher.
Hell yeah.
She's actually really good with kids.
Hell yeah, man. That was kind of my thing. Whenever I was originally going to college, I was trying to be a nurse that worked with like special needs children and all that stuff.
That's what's up for real.
Yeah, and then COVID happened.
COVID took me right up out of it.
Yeah, man, changed the world up. But no, that's awesome, man. And we were talking about you went to Sandalwood as well.
Yes, sir. We're Saints.
Shout out the Saints.
The Saints.
Yes, sir. I sat down with some of the guys who created I don't know if you're aware of the Wolf Ones, those shoes that just came out recently.
The Wolf Ones.
Shout out to Sean Abrams, shout out to Greg Rogers. They created their own shoe brand here in Jacksonville.
For real? I gotta tap in.
Hey, bro, they're fine looking, man. It's basically it's kind of like a mix of a Croc and a running shoe.
Oh, I actually did see him. Yeah. Yes, sir, I did see him.
Yeah, we sat down with them, but he's from Fletcher. He's Fletcher High School. I was sitting there. I was looking at
Fletcher. Yeah. You guys, it's a back and forth between Saints and Fletcher, but it's okay. I love you guys still.
That's it. We're still good. As long as you subscribe, that's all we care about.
Yeah, that's all we care about now.
But so what was like life growing up for you, man? Obviously, coming from Canada, coming to the U.S. and everything. I know Canada's not too crazy different than the United States, but what was it too big of a culture shock? Or how old were you when you first moved here?
I was pretty young, but I was probably going into, I think it was like my first or second grade.
Okay, so you were still pretty young.
And I was always traveling back and forth between, like, almost every summer I was back in Toronto. So that was really kind of I didn't really have too many friends out here, and I also changed a lot of schools just because I was moving a lot when I moved out here. So it was always that good feeling to just go back home and get that relaxation. Then when you come back down here, you're like, oh, yeah. There's nobody. But I made it work, though.
I mean, from what I've seen, man, obviously got a lot of friends now, dude.
Yeah. What's it called? moving down the line, after you met a lot of people and a lot of networking.
Yeah, I'll say that's the big thing, man. Like I've been talking about this for a while now, like the growth of Jacksonville. I'm sure you remember 2014. It was not like this, man.
At all.
I don't care what anybody says. Like Jacksonville, like we obviously had music and everything coming out of here, but like now it's just exploded.
Yeah, the music scene and the entertainment scene is a lot bigger than what it was before.
It's cool, man. I've been loving to see it because like that's basically who we interview. We interview artists, musicians, people who are doing stuff around Jacksonville, and like that's what I've loved to see is because people are putting good stuff out there, man. And I love to see people who are promoting other people like you do. Because
definitely,
that's a big thing. For a while there, people were like, "Nah, I don't want that."
Nobody have their shine.
I was saying that's the biggest thing. So get into the music side of things. Obviously, you're a DJ, man, and you work with some big names. Everything from Seddy Hendrinx, I mean, just to name some of the people you've had on your show. You've had Skeet McFlurry on there, Young Preach, Boss Man D-Lo. I saw that. That was a big one there. I would say Lokari, D Watkins, Chameleon. Man, like you've had all these bangers on there, dude. It's crazy to see.
We still going.
Hey, man, I love to see it. And obviously, we were talking about you were on tour recently. Where all have you been going on your tour?
So right now, for the Kreepin Through the Streetsz tour, I've really been just focusing mainly on Florida. So a lot of people, they want to steer away from Florida, but we definitely got so many artists that's blowing up in our culture. So why go somewhere else when I'm right here who I can support all the people coming up from Florida?
Exactly.
It's always Florida against everybody, how I feel about it, even though I'm from Toronto.
People be hating on Florida. I'm like, we have a mix of everything.
But it's, I don't know. It's just that culture. They don't look at our culture as, I don't know. It's just weird.
They think of Florida, man, when they think of Florida. And I'm like, we're more than that. And like a lot of people think it's just like drill rap that comes out here. I'm like, no. I'm like, there's a good mix of stuff. Soul music. There's the Hispanic side of things.
You got to think about, who is it? All the Florida artists down in Miami. They got a whole bunch of different sounds too. Mm-hmm. And Cal is one of the ones who actually helped direct us and show that there's different aspects of music in Florida for real.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like to see about it because like for me, like I grew up whenever like I was in high school, Kodak Black came out. Who else? Freaking Lil Yachty. I'm trying to think of his name. Now. It's a big ass rapper.
21.
21 was a big one. Jesus Christ, this is sad.
He was on that same cipher.
Yeah, he was on the same XXL. What was his? There was
Denzel Curry.
There was Kodak Black, Denzel Curry. There was
Uzi,
thank you. Thank God, man. That's sad. I can't even remember his name, man. I was like, he was growing. But like that was like the vibe of music back then. And now it's grown to where everybody's kind of playing off and wanting to be different, which I think is cool. Now it's not just the same thing over and over again.
And that's the ones that's really branching out. You got to have that diversity in this thing. That's what
man.
I'm telling them boys.
So was music a big thing in your household when you were growing up, or was it more of like, you got out of your house, trying to find some, like, your voice and what you want to do? How did the music kind of find you and how did you get involved in it?
Oh, well, it's so crazy because a lot of people don't know. My dad was a DJ. My uncle was a DJ. Well, all my uncles are really DJs for real. So it really kind of always trickled down to me wanting to be a DJ and everything like that. And it's really started. I was a club promoter at first, like out here in Jacksonville, just passing out flyers and stuff like that. That's how I kind of got introduced to the music scene for real. And then it really kind of trickled down to where I was like, well, I want to do more in this scene. What can I do? And I was like, DJ. And it was crazy because one of the days I was thinking about DJing, I came home and my dad was literally playing with like a DJ program on his computer, and I was just like, "Hey, where you got that program from?" And he told me, it was like, it was Virtual DJ at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like, "Yeah, man, you can just they got a free program, just go download it." So I literally that day went upstairs to my room, got on my computer, downloaded it, and at first I was starting off just DJing on my laptop. So
nice. I
would literally, my homeboys would we would always throw like parties and stuff like that, but we never just had a DJ or anything like that. We used to have like other people to come DJ and stuff like that, and I didn't have no speakers or anything. So when I first started, I literally had like a surround sound. And I took the surround sound and I had like an aux cord attached to it.
Yeah.
So I took the aux cord and I plugged it into the side of my laptop, and that's how I started DJing.
That's fine, bro.
I would literally pick this whole setup of like it had like a DVD player and everything. I would literally pick it up and take it to like house parties and everything and set it up. I had like one speaker here, one speaker there. And then, most of the time when you do house parties, you're DJing in like a kitchen or something like that.
Exactly. Like you're either off the corner or like you said, like some central location doing your thing.
Yeah. So literally all the parties I used to start off DJing, I'm literally on the laptop the whole time.
That's fine, dude. And so when it came to, growing into what you are today, man, when did you kind of see like, oh, I can turn this into a profession? I can like, whether make money off of it, grow my brand off of it. When did you start feeling that traction? Well,
I feel like it was one of the times I was DJing. One of my close friends, Tevin, like he was a rapper at the time, and he was like, he came up to me in the party. He was like, bro, I don't know if you know, but your mix, whatever you be playing, always got us turned. He's like, bro, you just need to come do that same vibe when we go do shows and stuff like that. Because he was doing like different little shows. He had like a manager and everything.
Oh, fine, okay.
Where she was taking them on the road and everything. So she was like, get you a board and you can come DJ. Nice. So I was like, okay, cool. So really, with them boys, that's when I first started my first tour. And one of the people she was managing at the time was Smoke Perp and Lil Pump.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so literally, I actually became their DJ too. So every time we would do shows and everything, we would all be together. It would be me, Smoke Perp, Lil Pump, and my homeboys, and we all go out to like different little club venues, and we literally do the show. But they would be like Smoke Perp and Lil Pump be like the headliners at the time.
Those are big names right there, bro.
But at the time, you gotta think about it, it's like during the SoundCloud wave, so it was like Famous Dex and all them coming up. But Famous Dex was really kind of bigger than them, but they were like lower. Mm-hmm. So all their shows weren't really sold out, but they actually had like the wave. They had the numbers online and everything. So every single one of the shows we used to go, we did like a small little tour. We went to like Houston, Dallas. And this is crazy because I haven't been DJing for more than probably at the time, maybe 6-7 months.
Damn, not even a year, and you're already sitting with big names like that?
Yeah, so I'll probably say maybe a year, leading up to a year. But it was a short period of time where I went from DJing like little house parties, and I was now on the road with. Well, at the time I didn't really know how big they were, but I loved their music.
Hell yeah,
and they were always around, so I was just like, oh yeah, bro, we cool. So we locked in and everything. All the shows, Smoke Perp and Lil Pump. Like I have videos of all of us out here in my house parties, like
That's
me DJing, and the boys be turned up in the house party with us. But not everybody knew who they was and shit like that.
Yeah.
So at the time, it was like, if you know, you know.
But I mean, Lil Pump was everywhere for a while there, man.
No, but it's so crazy because literally right when they actually got they big break, when he made the Gucci Gang song, that's when he switched management. So I wasn't DJing for them anymore.
Gotcha.
So literally we had that break from, it was like, dang, bro, I just missed it by this much. Like, I would have been right there with them boys. But it was a learning experience, and it put me in the bracket. But I stayed loyal to the person who was managing at the time, and really she put me on more shows. So I
mean, look where you're at now, man. How did you get involved with Seddy?
Oh, so
that's a big name. I would say a lot of people in Florida, they know that name, so that's a big old name.
So me and Sed go way back, like from high school days. So we used to be around each other during like different little parties that we would throw and stuff like that. And we also had like similar friends and stuff like that. So when we go to like different gatherings and shit like that, all of us will mingle, and we all know each other. But it came to a point where I'm literally starting to DJ for real. Mm-hmm. And he came up to me one day, and I tell him this all the time. Like, we remember this conversation. He came up to me, he was like, bro, I see you DJing. I'm literally about to take music serious. Can you be my DJ? I was like, bro, whatever you need, bro, I'm gonna play whatever you guys want. So this is around that time, this is when I start really playing a lot of local artist music, because all my homeboys, they seen like me doing shows with my homeboy Tevin and all them. Mm-hmm. Now everybody else is starting to catch their wave, but like, okay, cool, we're finna start rapping. So really, me and Sid, he started doing like features with Lil Papa and stuff like that. So he would bring his music to us, and also we would be all in the studio together. One of our homeboys had like a studio we would all be at every single day. It was kind of like one of them houses, but it was also, we had like a little studio in there.
There's nothing wrong with the trap, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You got to make your paper somehow, bro. I ain't hating on it.
It was a trap house, so basically it was literally all of us in there almost every single day, like night and day. We would throw all our parties there, but we would wake up and you would see some of our homeboys out there on early morning rapping. Like said he used to be on it every single day, be in the studio. So it was one of those things where it's like, dang, we're actually built. We had a whole community, like a whole label, and we didn't really know. We're just homeboys hanging out, just doing. I'm DJing, my homeboys actually making tracks and rapping, and but it was a lot of hiccups and stuff like that where he went to jail and stuff like that. But
it happens, man. Like you said, I don't hate on that kind of stuff, man, because people make mistakes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, bro, like, you're young, especially with what, people are pushing out on social media and stuff. You think, oh, I can do that. And then you get caught up in something. You're like, oh, wait, I didn't know that there was these repercussions I wasn't prepared for, you know what I mean?
And we were young too. So it was one of them things where it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Do your thing. And whenever you come back out, we're just going to keep it pushing. So it was one of those final times where Sid was just like, man, I'm not going back in, bro. I promise to you.
I'm not going back. Again.
And literally, I give him that. He's a man of his word. Ever since that day we had that conversation, he literally manifested everything he wanted to do. He said, I'm going to get out of jail. I'm going to move to Atlanta, and I'm going to be signed to DJ Drama. And literally, it's so crazy because I can sit here and no one can sit here and call me a liar for saying this, but I said this man actually literally had this same conversation to me before. None of this was even. I'm in Jacksonville. I'm like, oh yeah. Sounds great. I'm here for it. I'm gonna play whatever music. Cool. And then literally watching him go to Atlanta and actually working the whole move. I'll see him posting him with this man and everything. I'm like, this man actually made it happen. And he called me one day. He was just like, bro, it's time. I actually got it going. I was like, what you mean? He was like, bro, I need you to be, he was posting a whole bunch of stuff. He's like, I'm watching him go up. And then he literally went on Instagram one day after we had a conversation. He was like, bro, I may need you this, that, and the third. I was like, okay, cool, bro. Like, of course, you got my support. I'm gonna play whatever song. So he went on Instagram one day and I commented under one of his posts that was going crazy. I was like, bro, keep going, whatever. And then he literally commented under it, official DJ. So I was like,
bet.
Oh, yeah. Bet. Let's do it. So it's crazy because he came back to Jacksonville and from, I guess it was like a winter break or something like that. He came back in town and he wasn't in town for a while. And he came and we had a conversation. He was like, yeah, bro, it's time, bro. We're going to have shows lined up. We're going to do it. And then ever since then, literally, brick by brick, it was more of a process. More shows started getting booked. And then he started doing the tours and everything. So
hell yeah, man. And is this what you do full time?
Oh, no. A lot of people don't even know. I still got a job. I'm a real hustler. I ain't gonna cap. I had a job, a trucking company, podcast.
Bro, the trucking companies, man, like the CDLs, man, that's become a huge. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I looked into it for a little while because I was seeing these guys making money, and like, you make your money, then you buy your own first truck, and then you start running your own routes and everything. There's money in it. People don't think there's not.
Yeah, it's an investment. It has its ups and downs, but you just gotta stick with it, keep going. That's all it is.
Good for you, man. I love to see hustlers, man. I think it's big. Like a lot of people think they work that 9 to 5, and that's all they need to do to get up in this world. I'm like, nah, man. I was like, I work my 9 to 5. I do this on the week, and after I get off work and stuff, trying to grow this and
come on now.
I want to get to the point where I can be my own boss. That's the main goal.
You feel me? That's the main goal. And a lot of people, they look online and be feeling like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to be right now. It has to be right here when I'm 21. This, that, and third. When a lot of people don't realize it might come later on down the line, just because you got to be way more consistent. That's my biggest thing is consistency, dude. That's like obviously seeing with what you have, man. Like you go on your page, you just go down. You can scroll. You can see it every day. And that's how I am, man. I'm big on it. Like we don't got 20 million followers. We just don't. But we've been doing it and building it with our guests and meeting new people and growing as much as we can, and it just takes time, dude. I'm very much of one where it just you never know which one could get bigger, and and then you find another guest, and then just find the people that are here in Jax, man. It's crazy to see the talent that's here, bro. It's all about the network. That's why I be telling a lot of people who want to do it, bro. You just got to get out into these communities. Like I go to, a lot of people don't know, like I really just go to random stuff. Like I'll see like someone having like a whole little festival or something like that, and a lot of people wouldn't even expect me to pull up. I walk out. I just want to see what's going on, and I might run into somebody who has that vision of being on my podcast, and now we've created a whole relationship, and they got a whole different branch of people that they're under. So it's all about getting into those different grooves of people and just knowing who your community really is for real. That's how I am, dude. Like that's how I met like Joe and Amp from RAO. Like I went to Safe House. I did an interview at the Safe House with Joe on like right under the big Safe House sign and everything. They called me to do the interview, and that's the first time I met them. I'm like, dang. This is actually what's up. They're cool, man. Like awesome people, and I got a chance. Shout out to them for let me go on their platform, and we got on there. We're talking all kinds of crazy shit. But definitely. Oh man, they were talking about like we were talking about lot lizards and stuff. I was saying because I think Derek was talking about like how he pulled up in his truck, and like some guy asked him to come suck his dick for $3. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, lot lizards. That's all I said was lot lizards. We call them lot gators because it was a dude. Oh yeah. I didn't even think about it that way. Nah, man, it was awesome, dude. Like going in there and seeing, I saw your setup in there as well. Yeah, definitely. So how did you guys get involved, man? Because like, did they produce your podcast, or what's y'all's relationship? No, so it's so crazy because, like I said, I came and did their podcast, and at the time, I had Kreepin Through the Streetsz in my mindset, but actually, I think I already had it going, but I didn't really start it yet. I had a whole another setup at a different studio. Okay, but it just wasn't over there yet. But what was happening at the time, I really kind of needed like a whole kind of setup and kind of help kind of maneuvering with it. Yeah. So I reached out to Joe, and Joe was like, bro, I'm gonna put you in with Amp, bro. he's really good with everything over there, bro. He's gonna make it seem like home. I promise to you. So I literally hit up Am, and Am was like, bro, of course, bro, come sit up, bro. You good? So ever since that day, bro, we've been rocking out, and them boys made so many different accommodations for me, helped me on so many different little things, and I appreciate them boys to the T. Like, they don't even know it, bro.
No, they're the boys, man. Shout out to them. Like, every time I got a chance, like, to reach out to them, like, they're like, yeah, I'll do your podcast. I was like, bet, because I just started YouTube. Like, we did audio only for about 2 years, just because me and her were getting married, and so, you know, money was getting thrown into that. I didn't have money to throw in for an $800 to $1,000 camera.
Definitely.
So we just did audio only, and then I started YouTube. Amp was like my 3rd episode on YouTube. He sent me a whole thing on how to edit your videos, how to like change everything up, and like basically help, you know, change it into this, because what we originally had was just a glass table here. We had the 2 microphones, the Rodecaster Pro, and I would record my little clips on my phone. Yeah, and have to add the audio into it and all this other shit, and it took forever, man.
Man, that's Amp the Amazing. I promise to you, Amp knows everything that come down to technology. I don't even know how he knows. He'd be like, oh yeah, man, I just know.
Oh, I still don't know. Like, everything he puts on screen, man, like all that kind of stuff.
He be going crazy.
I'm still bare boning it right now, dude. I'm still learning how to like add different stuff to the screen. Like right now, just taking it piece by piece. But like, you know, he'll put a thing on there, like, you know, just like the crumbling paper, and it says RAO podcast on there. You know, that shit takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours to do it. And I'm just like, quick with it, man. Quick with it. And you know, they do the Patreon stuff where they have all the different kind of stuff on there, man. Shout out to them.
Right, them boys be going crazy. Shout out RALP. Go watch them.
Shout out to the boys and say, check out my episode. Check out his episode on there, man. It's always fun. But let's get back to Kreepin Through the Streetsz, man. Yeah. So where did that idea come from? When did you start this? All that kind of stuff.
So I think I'm a little bit over a year now with it. Like probably like a year, maybe 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Our 2-year anniversary is in March.
Nice.
I believe March or April, one of the two.
That's around ours as well. Ours is, I think, March like 3rd or something like that.
Yeah, I think mine's like March 11th or something like that around that time. But I really curated it from, I used to watch just tons and tons of different freestyles. Like that was just always my thing. Like from Funk Flex, Sway in the morning, LA Leakers. I used to just sit there and watch every single one that they used to drop, and I was wanted to be like have something like that for Jacksonville, because I'm really big into having like our community being pushed out, just because again we have so many artists that's too talented. And I literally used to make I kind of still do, but I haven't dropped one in a minute because I want the next one to be really special. But I've been doing I used to do mixtapes called Duval Got Something to Say.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
So I used to have it loaded up with just straight Duval artists, and whoever dropped within maybe the first 1 or 2 months of me putting out the mixtape, I literally put their song on, or I'll open up entries so that people could actually put their song on the, make sure their song was heard on the tape. So, but it was actually doing real good numbers. But it came to a point at the top of like last year, I was just like, man, I really want to do something where I can actually make this a visual thing where everybody sees it, like no matter what. And the biggest platform at the time, well, at the time, still to this time, is YouTube. Like I was like, I need to make something where I can actually sit down in front of the audience, like, and just keep putting it out in front of their face. And the main thing I kept on seeing was like the Sway in the morning, how they have it whole set up, and I was just looking at how they would put it together. So I really got together with one of my homeboys, and he was just like, yeah, bro, I can literally do that, bro. I know how to do it.
That's sweet, dude.
So I literally invested into the background, went and bought the podcast stuff. I probably sat on it maybe for a couple months. Like I literally had all the stuff set up in the room, and I was just looking at it every day. I'm like, any day now, I'm going to do it. I promise.
Yeah.
But once I took the step and actually was like, okay, cool. I want this person to be my first guest. Okay, cool. This is going to be my second episode. This is going to be my third episode. I probably went and had I started up probably maybe like 5 or 6 episodes before I actually dropped my first one.
That's smart. Yeah, you can bank it up.
Yeah. You feel me? So at first I went from maybe dropping like once or twice a week to now I drop every day.
It's crazy, man. And like I said, I listed off, that was a small amount of people that you've had on the podcast, but like you've grown from like, you know, guys with a couple thousand followers to freaking Bossman D-Lo has 1 million followers.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I was watching that, I was like, damn, dude. And he rapped his like basically his famous song right now, dude.
Definitely.
It's all over TikTok. It's all over everything, man.
Yeah, it was actually crazy for that scenario, because when it first happened, like it was one of those moments where you just know God your God gave you the thing that you were asking for, and he's going to see what you do with it after that moment. Because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs with it, like emotional, but that stick in the fight that you're gonna get with it, you gotta bear with it. Like, it's a blessing, but a lot of things come with blessings. There's a lot of ups and downs that people don't realize, but it's how your endurance and your consistency behind it. But when we did the interview, like I was listening to Boss Man D-Lo for like the longest. Like I was actually a real deal fan. Even in our community, like I'm a DJ, so I always be one of those people who want to put records out for, like when I used to DJ, that's what my main thing was. I want to play all the new music what people don't know yet. Just like that's why I got into the artist thing for us. So I used to go online and I actually came across Boss Man D-Lo and I was like, dang man, this man's actually hard for real. So at the time he's not really on the radio. Well, I think he might have had the biggest song. It was on the radio, but radio play. But it really wasn't like a set in stone song. Like every time we drop in the club, like when we DJ, it's not like, oh yeah, everybody's screaming it.
Yeah, everybody get excited.
Like we had certain groups of people who knew what it was, but not everybody, like from the females and everything. So I was just like, okay, cool, that's a bet. So when I do Kreepin Through the Streetsz, I have like a thing where every time someone comes to the city or whatever, I'm just on it. Like I want to see what they're gonna say, and I'm trying to get them. So I hit up his management and everything, and shout out Time Out. But I hit her up and she was like, yeah, we can do it, but we just got to make some time for it because we're probably going to be in and out. So I was like, okay, cool. They came for the first time and she was like, yeah, we want to do it, but you just missed it.
Gotcha.
So I was like, man, it's cool, whatever. Like, I'm just getting next time. So literally, we had, there was another concert where he was supposed to be like opening up or whatever like that. He was like one of the like first couple people before the headliners. So I literally seen him coming again. So I literally, as soon as I seen the flyer go out, DM him again. I'm like, hey, I see you guys coming. Can we try it again this time? Yeah. So she was like, yeah, when we get out there, we're going to do another interview and then we're going to try to shoot to our jars. So I was like, okay, bet, perfect. So that day, like literally the only thing I have lined up is that. I'm just waiting for it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get to the studio early. I'll make sure everything's set up. So I'm literally probably sitting in the studio maybe for like three hours before he even is supposed to be there. Like
you're ready, yeah.
The time he's supposed to be there, I'm already there way before, just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, bro, this is going to be the one. I got to be ready for this one. So at the time, he had like probably maybe like 30K on Instagram. Or 30, or I think it might be 30 or might have been a little bit higher, like 30 or 40, one and two. But literally, they texted me. They were like, "Yeah, we're running a little bit behind. We're coming from out of town, so just bear with us." So I'm like, "It's cool. I'm here. Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever you guys are here." So I finally seen them. They popped up into town, and I seen it on someone else's story. So I'm like, "Okay, they're here." And then she finally texted me. She was like, "Yeah, we're here. We're doing this interview. Once we knock it out, we're gonna come to you." So I'm like, "Bet." So they end up doing that interview. They're leaving there, and she texted me. She was like, "Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it."
Oh, fuck.
I was like,
damn.
I'm like, dang. I was like, bruh, it's not gonna take too long. She was like, okay, you know what? If it's not gonna take long, and you can have us in and out, we'll do it real quick. And I was like, right, it's only gonna probably take me 5 minutes.
Oh,
for
perfect,
sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm gonna have you in and out. So they end up pulling up. So literally, I have like so many cameramen in there, everything. I'm ready. So they get there. He was like, I'm ready. Listen, you ready? You ready to go ahead and knock it out? Like, yeah, let's do it. So before I forgot even a thing before that. She sent me, after I texted her, she was like, they're on the way. She sent me the beat. So I'm literally sitting at the table finally. And as soon as I hear the beat, I literally drop my head. I'm like, yes!
This is about to be fire.
This is the one. I promise to y'all. I literally got up and ran out the room. I'm like, bro, this is literally the one we need. He didn't send me the song, nothing. He sent me the beat. I'm like, bro, this is it. Yeah. Like, I promise to you, this is the one. I literally came outside to my cameraman. I was like, bro, listen to this beat, bro. Nigga looked at me and he was like, bro, this beat slapping.
Yes, sir.
So I'm like, I'm over excited now. So when they finally pull up, he walks in. He was like, bro, let me hear the beat again real quick. So he hear the beat. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna do as much as I can. So literally, like, as you watch the interview only like probably on YouTube is only like 2-3 minutes.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed.
2-3 minutes. And literally, he was like, let's just go ahead and let's try it. Whatever I get, I get. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, just please give me something great that I can work with. So literally, you do the interview. As you see, I was just like, yeah, bro, my dog got to be to the stage. And literally 5-6 minutes, just go ahead and get straight to it. Then he did the song and everything, but he didn't do all the way through. And I was just like, I'll take it. Cool, whatever. Yeah. So we finally get it. He leave, whatever. I went to the show and everything. I went to the show by myself. I'm walking through the aisle like, boy, got me one. I promise they don't even know, boy. He's on stage right now. I'm like, and at the time when he's performing, there's really not too many people in there. The seats are all full. He's like one of the openers. So I'm walking down the aisle. I'm like, yes, I'm the one who got it. I got it out of everybody. So literally, probably maybe a couple weeks go past, and his label hits me up. They're like, yeah, can we see the video, whatever? So I literally send over the video. I'm like, yeah, this is what it is. And they're like, yeah, okay, we'll let you know when we can drop it. So I'm like,
we gotta wait. Yeah.
I'm like, dang, bro. He's probably not even gonna want to drop this now.
Yeah.
So I literally probably maybe 2-3 days later, they hit me back up and was like, hey, can you have it up by this day? I was like, of course.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's up now.
Yeah.
They was like, okay, cool. Send us the link and everything, and we're gonna go ahead and get it approved. I was like, all right, bet. So the day they told me, he was like, yeah, go ahead and upload it to your the platform. Do it at this. I think I picked the time. It was like 5 or 6 o'clock. Went into.
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, just go ahead and upload it, and we're gonna have him like get on the post with you and everything.
Nice.
So I was like, bet, okay, cool. So I uploaded it on my page, and when I uploaded, I hit him up. I was like, yeah, it's up and everything. And they were like, oh, well, he actually has to post something real quick for his for one of his shows. We're just gonna have him accept it later or post it later. So in my mind, I'm like, there we go. Yep. It ain't gonna do nothing now. Yep. For sure. I know it's not, because we need that the post collab.
I understand how that works, man. I do. We all do it. I understand.
So I was just like, you know what? Cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and post it on my page, and like I post collab with my personal page, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna post it on TikTok too, and just call it that. And I went on there, I hid the likes and everything. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it do whatever it do. So I literally posted it, went about my day, and forgot all about it. I was just like, man, I didn't really forget about it. I was just like, okay, cool. I made a post because I was kind of discouraged about it, because I'm like, man, he's probably not gonna reach back or anything like that. So literally the next morning, I'm not even paying attention to Instagram. I done gave it up for the day. I'm like, oh, cool. So the next morning, his label calls me again and was like, hey, bro, what's that post looking like? So I'm like, I mean, I can go look in a second. They were like, yeah, I think it's going viral.
Oh.
So I'm like, nah. I mean, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go look. So I go unhide the likes at the time. But imagine, like, on my page, I probably didn't have more on none of my posts. None of them had more than maybe like 200-300 likes.
Understand? Like
at the time, like especially for one day post, like 200-300 likes. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm growing, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. I get on it. The post had like 4,000 likes.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
shit.
Whoa. On Instagram, he ain't posted yet.
That's
like,
big
at all. So I'm just like, oh dang, this is actually going up. So he was like, bro, check your TikTok too and see where it's going. And so I go on TikTok, and bro, literally every time I refreshed, it was somebody else posting it. Like, and it just kept going.
So
they're like, okay, send us the screenshots of the analytics, and we're gonna get back to you. So literally, I sent him everything, and I unhid the likes, whatever. And then literally, he posted it probably maybe like an hour or two later, and he tagged me. Then from right then and there,
that's just big,
just
bro.
Kept going. It just kept going. So they called me, and they were like, yeah, bro, we're finna have just everybody posted. Like, no matter what blog site it is, we're gonna get them posted. So like every single day, like they would have somebody else be posted, and then just kept going and going and going to what it is now. And then I was like, on my page, I didn't even think on my YouTube, like again, like my YouTube when I had it at the time, it was like maybe getting like 20, 30, 40 views.
Understand? Start. That's where you start. Yep.
This one start shooting. Within probably maybe a month, I had 1.2 million
views on that video, bro.
Damn. On YouTube.
Damn, dude.
So really, it took one video after that. Like, I promise you, like I maybe had a couple bookings, maybe once or two, maybe 1-2 a week. From that point on, I probably between that period of time, I maybe had like every single day, I had like 4 or 5 people to do.
Damn, bro.
From Thursday all the way to Sunday.
Congrats, like, man. I love to hear that.
But it really, I used to tell the people who I was like working with, like, I'm like, bro, all it's going to take is one person to come through here and just do their thing and actually show people that this platform is in Jacksonville. It's only the one that there's not too many like this around.
You're the only one I know of that's like that in Jacksonville. That's the one I pay attention to. At least.
And it's like one of the ones that's like, I want you guys to know that we can all build off of this. Like the people who I actually who are on my team, shout out Kim Boy, shout out Cash, shout out Ant, all of them, they go stupid hard, and I be having to tell them, like, bro, everybody can take this situation and eat off of it, no matter what it is. Like, I'm one of them people who I want to see every single person around me win, and I'm telling them all the way up to that point when we even got to that day. I was like, bro, one of these videos is gonna go crazy, and that from that point we're not gonna stop. We're just gonna apply way more pressure than what it was before. So all I ask everybody to do, I'm make sure everybody's straight, but I just want y'all to give 110% because that's what I'm gonna give to y'all at this point in time for sure. So ever since then, bro, we've been built the ass.
Fuck yeah, bro. I love that, man. That's awesome. Like you said, you just never know, man.
Bro, for real.
And I love that you're putting that love out to everybody. Like, you want to promote the person that's on your show.
Bro, for real.
That's like the big thing I say on here is like, this show's not about me. This show's not about me at all. Like, I add my stuff in here, I ask questions, but besides that, it's the person sitting in the chair next to me because we want to promote you and everything you're doing, man. And that's awesome that you got that. And did I see like Kai Cenat did like a reaction video with you guys, or two of them or something like that?
Bro, it's been a couple of them. I was like, bro, this is actually crazy. I remember I was going through. Speaking on that, I was going through the mall one day, and I think it was after the Boss Man Dealer thing. Someone was like, bro, congratulations on your like 6.5 million views or something like that. I was like,
huh?
I was like, bro, what? I was like, on what? He was like, yeah, you and Lakari, y'all videos going crazy right now. I said, no. I go on Car page, definitely for sure going stupid. So then it was like, it got to a point where Lakari's literally, me and him was like talking almost every day. He was literally telling me, bro, go check this out. I'm finna send it to you right now. It's like Gilly posting the video.
Hell yeah.
No, it was not Gilly. Wallow posted it.
Wallow?
Yeah, he posted it like 2 or 3 times. Like,
what?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if you go down like on his page, it's not, and it's in like one of his like morning slides. Like, you remember when he used to do like the morning inspiration things when he wake up and he posts like a whole bunch of different things. It was literally one of the video. The video was in one of the slides.
That's fucking sweet, dude.
And then Kai definitely did a reaction video to one. So really, all that helped with the numbers and everything.
Hey man, it's all about the growth, bro. And like, it just shows you, like, people think of Jacksonville like nothing's coming out of Jacksonville.
You feel me?
I'm like, bro. And like, because a lot of people, they'll think of like Young and Ace, or they'll think of like R.I.P. by the way, Fulio. You know what I mean? And funny enough, I knew a girl that he dated for a little while back in the day. But no, it's crazy to see that kind of stuff. And congrats to you, man. I love to see it, dude. Whenever you're doing your interviews, right? Has there, like I said, you don't have to name the person either, but has there ever been a time you sat down, they started doing their music, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay, just wondering.
But how what I tell people all the time, like, even if I don't like certain people's music, like, or I might not get into it fully, I be telling them for the platform that I'm curating, it's not really, like you said, it's not all about me. It's about that person and their creativity, because for all I know, this person might have a whole audience of people who actually real deal truly love and support this. So I'd be dead wrong to put my opinion in front of millions of people and be like, okay, cool, this guy sucks.
Yeah, no, that's real.
When really someone might come on there and be like, bro, I love his music and I love how he did it. And that's exactly what be going on. People repost all type of stuff. I mean, even if it's 2 people who repost it, that's 2 people who actually respect this man's craft, and you don't know where it can go from that day. So that's how I look at it.
I agree with it, man, because there's so much stuff out there, and like you said, music is taste. It's subjective. You know what I mean? There's music out there that I don't fuck with. I'm sure there's music out there you don't fuck with. You know what I mean? It depends on the person and the audience, like you said, because there's so many people out there now. People are consuming content
at a high rate.
Left and right, dude. Like, I don't know about you, but like with me, dude, I'm always looking stuff up, whether it's like looking into new people who I want to interview, or seeing what else is kind of going on just around, like seeing what people are kind of getting into, and that helps me kind of gauge what I want to put on the show as well.
Definitely,
because we've had a mix, man. Like everything you see here, these are all local artists here in Jacksonville.
Them shoes go crazy.
Hey,
too,
appreciate it.
I meant to say that when I walked in.
Hey, appreciate you. Shout out Julian Gasca, young kid, dude, 21 years old, man. He has his own custom shoe company. He has worked with the Jaguars. He's a real estate agent. He works with he runs classes that teach kids how to make their own custom shoes.
Oh yeah, I gotta tap in.
Oh yeah, shout out Julian Gasca, bro. Shout out, huge dude. And then like this is John Hawkins here. Whenever I first met him, he just moved to Jacksonville. He's in the military, became an artist and everything, and started to blow up from there. And I was like, dude, I gotta have a piece of your stuff on here.
Oh, definitely.
And then there's Time and Place up there. They do
shout out Time and Place.
Yes, sir. Shout out to him, man. I know he keeps his name secret, but shout out Time and Place.
Yeah, no, that's my brother for sure.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I just love the people here in Jax, man. It's just, and like what you were saying, like when you see people, like you see like a flyer come out, you reach out to. I'm quick like that, dude.
Right, for real.
If I'm like, hey, I haven't seen you before, I'm like, I want to talk to you, because I either like being someone's first podcast or like one of their first interviews, man. Because I think it just shows
it hits different, because now they have a whole different type of energy energy towards you. You believe in them. You see what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And you've been on a bunch of shows, man. Like I said, OG Sessions, RAO. Have you done, obviously, here and out the Who Are You? Have you done any other podcasts anywhere else, or is that pretty much about it?
Nah, I can't even recall if I have. I have a really bad memory.
It's all good, man.
Because like not short term stuff. Like when I can, like little things, I can't remember all the way. But
you're good.
I'm pretty sure I have though. I ain't gonna count.
Yeah. So I have a top 3 for you. So obviously I saw you did on OG Sessions. They asked you the top 3 like foods, right?
Oh yeah. What's up?
That was fine. So I was gonna ask you, like, top 3 artists that you like grew up listening to, or who were people who inspired you to get into the music scene?
All right, I would have to say Kendrick won for sure.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Yeah,
Kendrick. I'm gonna say Kanye, and let me see who's a good last one.
It's a good list so far.
Dang, I'm trying to think who would be a good last one. I'm gonna say like more along the lines of like Usher.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I would say Kendrick first, because Kendrick was really one of my first like hip hop like concerts I ever went to.
Mm-hmm.
Like whole TD, like I got to see Schoolboy Q, Absol, all them boys, all in one. So that really put my mindset. I'm like, hey, bro, I want to listen. That was probably one of the first like albums I went to go download and listen to all them boys, like Kendrick. Mm-hmm. And then really when I got further into it, Kanye was just like that painting picture. Like everybody who I used to work with, we all used to listen to Kanye and everything like that.
And he changed his music up so many different times.
You feel me?
Like it wasn't the same thing every single time. Like I forgot the name of the album. What's the album with the teddy bear?
College Dropout.
Yeah, College Dropout. Like everybody like thought that was like amazing. And he kept on going. He came out with Donda and did all the different stuff.
Man, he was going crazy at the time, and it was just so crazy because a lot of the people who I was around, we didn't really know too much about music, but it was just that, dang, this sounds great. For real. So I feel like that's where I get most of my ear from, because I had that along the line the whole time. And then on top of that, my dad and them, I listen to a lot of Caribbean music too.
Okay, I understand.
But the Usher and everything, because I used to love to sing and stuff like that, like behind the scenes.
I love that kind of stuff too, man. Like growing up here in Jackson, with so many different kinds of people here, and then like going to Sandwood and mix of stuff, I was exposed to so many different kinds of music. And like whenever I was getting ready for basketball, we were getting ready to go play a game. They were playing stuff in the locker room. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, I like it. I was saying they're like token white boy over here listening to some different stuff. But no, man, it's just, I think music is such a cool thing because it shows you what the community is like. Like especially here in Jacksonville, they're rapping about Jacksonville. There's so many different things that happen here.
There's too many people rapping about Jacksonville now.
But that's the thing that's cool about it though, is like, people heard Duval County. What was the first thing that everybody thought about Duval County? Death, all this other kind of stuff.
Especially when it came down to the music in a certain era.
Yeah, but it's changed now. They're trying to show the bright side of Jacksonville. It's growing, and
that's why I be in here trying to paint that picture.
That's how it was for me, dude. Like whenever I was younger, I didn't like Jacksonville. I grew up here. I was like, man, I'm trying to get out of this town. There's nothing here for me, man. And then just meeting a lot more people, seeing that there's a lot more beauty inside of it. There's like people who are wanting to go work with, like whether it's the nonprofits here in Jacksonville, or it's like people like you who are promoting the good things that are coming out. It's just it's a cool thing, man. And like I think it's cool. Like we always think of ourselves as young, right?
Definitely.
You're talking about when you were younger, like you got your first, like you got the laptop that had the audio program on that. Now we're the next generation coming up, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the thing that's kind of wild. Is like we're the next ones who are going to be putting stuff out there. Yeah, we're in the unk style now, but it's definitely wild. So another thing I wanted to ask you: who are some people that are on your radar? Like, say if you could hit them up right now and you could get them on your show, who are some big people that you want on your show?
I got to get Drake.
Oh yeah, I was like, hit up Bobby Altoff.
I really want to do like the only reason I put Drake so high is just because we from Toronto, so I really want to do it for like the city where I'm from.
Of course,
that's one. 2, I would say the baby for sure, just because he just go crazy. And then 3, I would say like a Kendrick or J. Cole.
J. Cole would be interesting to sit down with, like his lyrics, like the lyrical side of things, man. He's telling a story throughout the whole thing.
There's a lot of I wouldn't say, I hate to call them smaller, but a lot of people who are kind of under those artists, like a Simba. A lot of people don't know who he is, but I just know from him from watching his different freestyles. Who else is a good one?
You know, someone who I wish he was still alive. Speaker Knockers, bro.
Definitely,
bro. I wish he was still alive.
Come in and paint a picture,
bro. I used to love listening to his songs, like everything, dude. And like, what was the song where he literally told a story about a murder and everything?
Tiki Story.
Yeah, like that. It was that, and then like, fuck, what was this? There was a couple where he had 3 of them. It was literally the same story.
Yeah, it was like a 3-part thing.
Bro, it was so good. Like
he knew how to paint them pictures.
Me and Shannon, we met at I used to work at Five Guys Burgers and Fries, and like that's where we first met and everything. Dude, I'd be in the back cleaning dishes, like just blaring Speaker Knockers, bro. I used to love that stuff. It's just he was a guy that I feel like died obviously too early off something random, but like just I love storytelling. When I can like hear it and like I can like kind of visualize what you're talking about in the song, I just love that type of shit, man.
Did you seen T Grizzly got the new one?
T Grizzly got a new song,
right? He's literally storytelling. I think it's like probably like the song's like 8 to 9 minutes long, but it's brand new.
Check it out.
I promise you, he's like the new version of Speaker Knockers.
Their vibe, man, it was just so good, bro. Like the beats came out, or Too Faded to Dap, or Too Faded to hit this song, like I'm too faded to dap you up, bro. That was always a fire song, and like if you're in the club, bro, that music always went hard.
But it's so crazy because a lot of people they're not too in depth with that era, but
I'm more of an older style person. I've always been that way. Like today's music's still good. Like I said, people are still putting out good stuff. It's just more what I grew up listening to. Like my mom listened to a mix of old stuff, but she was more into like Avril Lavigne, all that kind of stuff, and country music.
Oh yeah, my sister was on to Avril Lavigne really heavy.
Yeah, and then my dad was listening to a little more like country, and then he played like old rap. He was playing like Ice Cube and like all that kind of stuff. I was also a big fan of Juicy J back in the day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would say, and then 3 6 Mafia, obviously, all that stuff was good. It's just crazy to see. And
I gotta stay fly.
Yeah, bro. It's just there's so much good music that's still out there, and there's stuff that's timeless. Like you can show it to any generation, bro. Too. I would say I'm excited when me and her have kids. We're gonna show them. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Hey." When you're older, you're gonna fuck with this music. I promise you.
I promise you, this is the good stuff right here. I can't even say good stuff. It's just it's timeless music.
Yeah, there's this music out there that you hear to this day, and you still know. You haven't listened to it in 10 years. You still know every word.
Bring back that good part of your life. It's like, oh yeah, it felt so good to hear this all the time.
Oh yeah, like we were talking about how I was a fan of Kodak. Like Too Many Years, that was still one.
Yeah,
or No Flockin', all that, bro. They're like his big songs. Those are still songs that like if you played it now, I could probably rap it still.
And it's so crazy because I feel like those are gonna be the songs that our kids are gonna be looking at us like, all right, now.
I don't even know what music's gonna be like when we're older, bro. It's gonna be so different compared to what it is now.
Every day, it's gonna be like a and I'm gonna be, and everybody's like, "This is great, this is great." Oh my gosh,
they popping off. So to get back on the tour side of things, are you still touring right now? Is the tour over?
Oh no, I'm on tour right now. I literally just got back from Atlanta yesterday.
Shout out, how was Atlanta?
Oh, it was great. I ain't gonna lie. We probably did when we went out there. We did probably. I think 25 or 26 episodes.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, between 2 days.
Between 2 days, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, when I go out there, I get it in. I'm not gonna lie.
And were these all like up and comers? Like everybody, you're like, okay. Or?
Yeah, it's a song. It's like a mix between up and coming, and then right now, a lot of the labels kind of hit me up and they be like, "We got someone who's on the press run right now. Can you knock their episode out?" And then most of the time, they got a name. So,
good for you, dude. I like to hear that.
So it's a blessing for real. And then we're going to. This weekend, we're going to the Classic Weekend.
Where's Classic? Where's that at?
In Orlando.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's like a big festival. Well, I want to say festival. It's like an annual thing that they do every single year. And it's a lot of people who come out. But we're going to set up out there. And then they got like 2 talent shows that they booked me for. And then they have like a celebrity basketball game that we're going to.
What? That's 5, bro. Yeah, so, celebrity basketball game?
Yeah, so it should be a good little turnout. So
gotcha. So when it comes to Kreepin the Streetsz, everything that you got going on, what are some future goals for you, man? Obviously, it sounds like a lot of your goals have come true. And how do you stay hungry? Like, what's the next thing that keeps you going to make it to that next level?
Man, I just keep going. Like, everything that I feel like I'm missing so much little stuff that I can add on that I want to add on, but I'm not gonna say I'm just waiting, but I want my platform to grow to a certain extent so I can add on a little bit more. Like, I really want to have like a whole headquarters, like Kreepin Through the Streetsz headquarters right here in Jacksonville.
That's how we want to do it too, bro. I want to get a standalone building. I want to be like, what I really want to do is I want to have multiple podcasts in the same building. Like, that's what I like about RAO. Like, what they're doing. Like, I want to get like where it can have that, or have a basketball court in the middle of it.
Definitely.
Like, just I think that's just the move, bro. It's today's world.
That's literally the move. I always told myself, like, I don't know a lot of people that who they are, but I tell people all the time, I want to have my own fantasy factory.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Like a Robin B type of vibe.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that show, bro.
Yeah, come on. That was one of my favorite shows, but I feel like when that show really showed you like the creativity. The boys was really doing the streaming thing that people were doing, all the streaming the stuff that they doing on there. That's what people are doing right now. They're streaming. They've been put the creativity out there. They showed you it's possible. You can do it. Yeah. All he was a skateboarding. He took the skateboarding thing all the way to like putting out straight content of what he was doing every single day.
Yeah, bro. It just takes time, man, and that's kind of how we're doing it, man. It's just like, we want to start doing some other things. Obviously, the podcast will always be doing our thing, and we drop one every single Monday. We've only missed one in 3 years. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, so the one we missed was when we got married.
Reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable. I feel like people can understand that, but now, dude, it's just like that's the main thing. Just a place where you can go make content. I want to be able to sooner or later just have a place where I'm like, hey, here's the address. I'll meet you there.
Just pull up, bro. And we're gonna actually everything makes sense when you come here. Like no matter what we sit down and create, it's gonna make sense for everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, and also still make sure we're like, I don't think I ever would. I don't want to ever get too big to the point where like you change up or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's the main thing is just stay the same person, bro. Still put out there and remember what the mission is. Is like you're trying to put the good stuff out there. You're trying to help like elevate your community.
Yeah, because a lot of people when they go down this line, they get deterred, and that's what it really be like. I'm like, bro, I'm supposed to be right here with you the whole way.
I agree.
I'm not going to change on you. You don't change on me, and I really want to see you win because you got a lane of your own. It benefit us to help each other all the way down the line because you don't know who he's going to bring around or who I may bring around. So that's why I look at our community. I'm like, bro, we just got to stick together, bro.
I agree, man. I say that, and that's the cool thing. I feel like Jacksonville has definitely come into more of that. Like whether it's just through the podcast stuff, man. Like I've met so many cool people that have done this, and like people have given me opportunities. Like I said, shout out to RAO again. Like they didn't have to give me a chance on their platform.
Oh, definitely
gave me a chance to go sit on there, talk some shit for a little while, and it's just cool, man. I love the collaboration side of things because that's how we all grow.
Definitely, I promise to you. And it was a lot of people don't look at it like that, but it's kind of weird. But
it is weird, bro. It's like some people are weird, man. But like that's the thing is like it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It's like if I find something interesting in you, and like I got like a page full of notes right here. Like that's my thing is like if I know I can have a conversation with you, and it's not just like, so how long you been doing this? You know what I mean?
Like, okay, cool, bet. What's your favorite color?
Yeah, like that's my thing, man. It's like I do deep dives into people. Like I spend hours on looking into like what you guys have been up to, and also I watch people for a while before I reach out to them because I want to see like what all is going on. Because I can't tell you the amount of times like people will hit me up and like no hate on this side of things, but I mean they're just drug dealers, and they're like, I'm like, bro, I don't know what to talk to you about. Like it's cool you're selling pounds, but like
he said, I don't know what more basis you want from me.
I'm like I can't really, we can talk about say if you went to jail, I'm like I'll have a conversation with about it, but I'm like,
what'd you learn from that situation?
Exactly,
but
bro. But nah, man, it's just growing. But like I said, shout out to you, bro. And like I said, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Of course, man. Come on, now.
Bro. And this is not only one episode, man. Let me know.
That's what I was just about to say. I hope it's a revolving door.
Of course, man. I tell everybody, anytime who's been on the podcast, we have a good conversation, man. There's always an open door. So if you ever have something new going on, this is the next tour you got coming up or anything like that, shoot me a message, man. We'll sit down and have another conversation.
Man, come on now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I got one final question for you.
Yes, sir.
So anytime it's someone's first time on the podcast, I always ask them the same question is, do you feel successful? And if you do or do not, in what ways?
I mean, I would say success could be determined on different things. Success is an ongoing thing, I feel like, because I hate putting successful at the end of it because I feel like it's like, cool, now I'm done. Mm-hmm. Like, the road's over. I feel like moving forward, like with the success thing, is like, I can continue to grow, but I haven't reached my peak yet. Mm-hmm. I don't want myself to be at this point where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm at the tippy top now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm successful, but I'm still an ongoing factor. Like, that's how I look at it.
I agree, man. That's how I look at it, dude. The reason why I asked that question is because everybody thinks of what success is differently. Some people, as you said, feel like they made it to that top and they're already there and they're chilling.
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel like, at least with me, like, say a video does good views or I get good comments and all that stuff, I'm like, I want to get past that. I want to keep pushing it out and like find different ways to make it better. One thing I feel successful in is like through my relationships, with my family, my wife, someone who's supporting me from behind the scenes, you know what I mean? It's just keep pushing that side of things.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. That's why with the people who I surround myself with, my team and everything, like you said, relationships, like that's the main thing that keeps me going. Like, okay, cool, I know this person's actually not depending on me, but they actually feel like they actually can push me to a whole different level. So I feel like it's my duty to help my success. I'm gonna put my success with you.
Yeah, man. Because a lot of people like to say, like, you know, they're the ones who made this success happen. I'm like, nah, bro. I've been helped in 10,000 different ways. Like, people who have said yes to come on the podcast, that I had no reason, really, they didn't have to say yes. They were just nice enough to give me their time, just like you, man.
Definitely.
You know, it takes a team. It takes a team to get where you want to be. But I thought this was an awesome conversation, man.
For sure.
I say shout out. Let everybody know where they can find Kreepin Through the Streetsz. Anything you want to promote here at the end, all that good stuff. Let them know.
Yes, sir. DJ HI RIHANNA. You can find me on Instagram, Kreepin Through the Streetsz. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. What else? I'm working on the Snapchat.
You're good on the Snapchat. I say that's a big move there.
Hey, and it's so crazy because little hidden gem, Snapchat apparently pays more than all of them.
Shit, Shannon, we gotta get on the Snapchat. I don't know what we're doing. Spell your name real quick too, as well. So everybody, I've heard they have a hard time finding the name sometimes.
Everybody be misspelling and saying my name crazy. It's DJ HI RIHANNA.
Hell yeah. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. You know, check out everything. Like I said, interviews all the time coming out. Great stuff. You'll find someone who you would maybe never even knew existed. Find some new music. Check out some really good stories. And make sure you guys go give a like, subscribe, follow, all the good stuff to his pages. And if you guys check out any of his content, let him know that Who Are You sent you. Let him know that you guys checked him out from finding this interview. So I'd love to see when the Who Are You people go out there and, you know, check out people we've had on the podcast, help support. So make sure you guys go do that. Before we get out of here, make sure you guys give us a follow on all the social medias. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. You guys know where to find us at now. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, we're trying to grow. We're changing different things. We're going to be adding some different kinds of videos here soon. You might see me and Shannon get on there, do some food reviews, might do some, all kinds of different stuff.
You might see me come do one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to add all kinds of stuff into there. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Also, my last thing is if you guys know someone or you are someone you feel like who has a story needs to be told, a business owner, an entrepreneur, an artist, you know, really a mix of anything, and you feel like you'd be a good fit for the show, either hit me up in the DMs or you can email me. It's going to be whoareyoupod@yahoo.com, and maybe we'll have you guys on a future episode. But as I say every single week, y'all, thank you so much for checking us out, and we'll see you guys next week.